Glad to have you join us on another edition of BOI Weekly. I'm Olayemi Odunuga. The year 2017 marked a significant beginning for young entrepreneurs in Nigeria as the Bank of Industry commenced the granting of loans to micro, small and medium entrepreneurs, many of which have been making waves in the business world. And these entrepreneurs continue to access funds from the Bank of Industry to grow their businesses. This week, we focus on some of the beneficiaries based in Kano, Cross River, and Akwa Ibom states. These beneficiaries include Sesame Engineering Limited, Success Foods, and Privic Nigeria Enterprises. Welcome to the program. We begin with Anuramon Engineering Limited, managed by Mr. Adamu Diko, and Success Foods, managed by retired school teacher Rose Ojomo. Anuramon Engineering Limited was incorporated in 2013. The main business of the company is the trading of agro-allied products, specifically sesame, ginger, hibiscus, and soya beans, while Success Foods, managed by Rose Ojomo, started business in 1989 on a small scale as a marketer of food items and other edibles. From marketing people's products, Success Foods is now a household name across River State as a major manufacturer of custard powder. We'll be bringing you details of the incredible transformation agenda of BOI on these businesses.
Anuramon Engineering Limited was incorporated in 2013. The primary business of the company is the trading of agro-allied products, especially sesame, ginger, hibiscus and soya beans, with sesame being the main focus. They process sesame in this warehouse, which has been in operation since 2013 when it was incorporated.
We clean it and we package it.
The company started with private financing, where it raised some money before the BOI loan was disbursed in 2020. Mr. Adamu Diko is the managing partner and executive director of the company, and he speaks on how the journey began.
It has been in operation since 2013 when we incorporated the company. We have been operating, and we started with private financing, where we raised the little monies we had. We were getting a little profit, and the business kept expanding and expanding till the point that we are right now. The loan was disbursed in December 2020, and the purpose was for the purchase of cleaning equipment for the process of sesame.
Although the business world is full of challenges, the company is appreciative of BOI's approval for a reduction in their interest rate during the COVID-19 pandemic, which made repayments less challenging. The managing partner highlights the impact of BOI on their business and the opportunities the company is planning to take advantage of in the nearest future.
In the area of sesame, our main focus was export to meet the orders of our clients abroad. But with the COVID-19 pandemic, it devastated the export markets, so we had to adapt. So that means we had to boost our local operations, and because we still had some financing available during the pandemic, we were able to get a lot of goods at quite a cheap price to stockpile in our warehouse. So after the pandemic ended, that was of great benefit to us. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the bank graciously approved a reduction in interest rates. So repayments were less of a challenge. Even though operations went down, we were able to meet them seamlessly. So we are grateful for that. Yes, the opportunity will be to greatly expand our trade within the sub-Saharan African region, in fact the whole of Africa actually, because it also gives us an opportunity to purchase goods as well with less bottlenecks. So that is good, and it will help us either way in fulfilling our demands, both locally and abroad. The advice I'd give them is very simple. Just apply, because all these facilities, they are here. They have been here for a long time. But the problem we have, especially here in our region, the northern region, is basically what I'll call a lack of information. So maybe BOI can also increase the awareness on their products so that more people will be able to reach them. So that's the advice I'd give.
The quality of water packaging and marketing in Calabar, the Cross River State capital, is going digital with the arrival of Aqua Prime Waters. The company, which prides itself as a major producer of packaged water in the state, recently opened a state-of-the-art factory in the highbrow State Housing Estate in Calabar. With the installation of a reverse osmosis machine, believed to be the first in Cross River State, the company appears to be taking the business of water packaging and vending to new heights, courtesy of the Bank of Industry. The mechanical engineer of the company takes our team down memory lane as he shares their story of struggles and success in the business of packaging water.
Well, as we know, it's a consuming product, and the operation is just like every other consumer product. What you can see here is the production factory. The machine we have there are called liquid packaging machine. They do the packaging of the water after purification. So it's a whole lot of process before it gets to this point of production. So from here it's consumable. How the business started? Well, like every other business, you must have a design plan.
From a production capacity of 800 bags per day and only 15 workers, the manager and accountant of Aqua Prime Waters corroborates the testimony of the company's engineer as he pays glowing tributes to the Bank of Industry for the intervention which has enabled the company to grow from 15 staff to 50.
We operate, we have 3 products: sachet water, bottled water, and dispenser water. All are being consumed by the citizens of Calabar. Our operation spans through the management staffs. We have about 8 of them. The production staffs, we have up to 25 of production staffs. Then we also have the marketing staffs that takes the product out for sales. We also have the production manager that is in charge of quality. The person makes sure the water that comes out very unique. The person makes sure that every morning he tests the water to make sure whatever is being produced and sent out for consumers to consume, it's inhabitable for them to drink. And also we have an engineer that makes sure that the machines are up and doing at every point in time. We also have the marketing personnel, marketing manager, that sees that the product reach out to the nooks and crannies of Calabar environs and even outside the state in general.
Another entrepreneur making waves in the city of Calabar is a former teacher, Mrs. Rose Ojomo, who runs Success Foods as the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer. Success Foods started business as a marketer of food items and other edibles in 1989 with only 2 staff. Determined to address issues of food scarcity in the state, Mrs. Ojomo transformed from being a vendor into a manufacturer of custard powder.
Today, by the grace of God, we are doing well in that it wasn't really too easy in the sense that, to start a small-scale industry involve a lot of things, involve a lot of getting the machine for the production, getting people for the production, and managing the people. It wasn't an easy something. And by the grace of God, we struggled with it for so many years. Then, at long last, we came across the Bank of Industry. And we went there, and they came to interview us. One way or the other, they gave us the facilities, which we used. They bought some machine for us and the working capital, and since then, the business was able to spring forth. Somebody just told me that there are Bank of Industry that I should go to apply, which I did. Yes. Then after that, they came for interview like 2 or 3 times, and it wasn't quite too long. They gave me the facility. I think they came in by what they did. what the industrialist needs is a machines, some machines to do the work, because we cannot be doing everything manual. And the doing everything manual really slow down the production. Something that would have done for maybe like few hours, you can use like 3 days to do it. And by that, it was really telling on the business. We have a lot of stress and a lot of indebtedness to pay, especially when we collect things on credit. For us to process it and go to the market, it was a problem. But when they came in, they were able to give us some machines. So the work that we were doing like for 3 days, we were just doing just few hours to do it. Then after that, we were able to collect things on credit and pay back. Then they now give us some grace, they give us some month of grace to start paying back the loan, which help us to pay other indebtedness. Then on that, we now started paying back their loans gradually.
With the intervention of the Bank of Industry leading to the expansion of Success Foods as a major manufacturer of custard powder in Calabar, Cross River State, the managing director encourages young entrepreneurs to approach the Bank of Industry as she announces her intention to seek further intervention from the bank.
Actually, what I can invite them, number one is that they should have passion for their business. They should be hardworking, because industrialization is something that is not an easy task. You have to work more or less day and night production. That's why you see some company, they run shifts. And if they can accomplish that in them, and because it's not for lazy people, then they can also go about to source for loan. And if they go to source for loan, the Bank of Industry should be the right place for them to go to. And before now, we used to hear of Bank of Industry in Lagos, in Onitsha, in the north. But it has come to our environment, which I'm not the only person being the beneficiaries. Others have done it, and I've seen people business growing. So I'm telling them to be consistent. I'm telling them when they collect the money, they should put the money into the business. Because what happened to so many, I've met a friend who quickly said that, you collected the money, but he was sick and he had to travel to India to take care of his sick. But I'm not praying for anybody to sick. But what meant for a business should be meant for a business. So, but maybe the signal was waiting for that business. Signal was waiting for that money. And he used the opportunity. But I don't pray for sustenance. So if you actually ask God, say, God, straighten me, because these people's money, this government's money, people believe that government money can be consumed. Nobody will come to ask them. It's not like that. I remember there was a group that called NEFON. NEFON came into and gave money to the small scale industry when we were in TIC, and I was also one of the beneficiaries too. And the money was not too much, but at least we were able to use it. I use it. And if you go to TIC today, they give me a good record because I was able to pay my back. Many could not pay back because they still use it for one thing or the other. They should not divest loan money to anything. And before they collect any loan, they should think of what they want to use the money to. It should be with maturity, with all maturity. What did I want to use it for? It's not just to collect. I want to go and collect money from Bank of India. No. What do you want to use it for? Some, they use it and build house. Some, they use it to pay their children's school fees. No, it's not meant for that.
Welcome back. Our next report features the success story of Victor and Victoria Akpan, who have become victorious in their business. The couple run Private Nigeria Enterprises in the heart of Uyo, the Akwa Ibom state capital. From a humble beginning in 2009 as a manufacturer of custard powder, Mr. Akpan's business conquest remains on the rise as his company, Private Nigeria Enterprises, has diversified into the production of tissue papers, courtesy of the Bank of Industry. Let's hear from them.
Located in the heart of Uyo, the Akwa Ibom state capital, Privik Nigeria Enterprises is in the business of producing custard powder with a variety of flavors. From the production of a single flavor of custard powder in 2009, the company diversified into the manufacturing of different flavors and tissue papers, which is in high demand in Akwa Ibom State and its environs.
You can unroll it.
The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Privik Nigeria Enterprises, Mr. Victor Akpan, a graduate of Chemical Engineering from the Polytechnic of Calabar, teams up with his wife, Mrs. Victoria Akpan, a graduate of Mass Communication, also from the Polytechnic of Calabar, now known as the Cross River State University of Technology, to start the business of manufacturing custard powder.
The company started 2009, running the production of custard powder. We have been able to produce custard that goes around the globe, and most of the people that buys it converse that our product is the best. Well, as a company, we forge ahead to render assistance to university graduate who seek for IT training, industrial attachment. And we have been able to help many of them to get their data for NYSC. The company is a very active company because from that year, 2009, there is no day till this day the company has failed to run a production from Monday to Saturday. Despite the economic circumstances in Nigeria, the high rate of dollars to Nigerian currency, we have been able to survive. The product, just like I said, is something to write home about. When it comes to the assistance, I thank God for Bank of Industry so much because they are our sponsors. They help us so much to remain in this business, because without God first, without Bank of Industry, I think we wouldn't have achieved this. I thank God for Bank of Industry for giving us financial assistance to run this company till this day.
With the support of his wife, Mr. Akpan approached the Bank of Industry and was able to register under the Youth Empowerment Scheme for the intervention program that has transformed the business, in addition to enabling the company to diversify into production of quality tissue papers.
Yes, as I said before, we really appreciate them. The GM of BOI, the MD, and the South-South coordinator, and Mr. Ejiro here in Calabar. We commend you. We really appreciate all of you. May God bless you in Jesus' name.
The impact of the Bank of Industry's intervention on the business is tremendous, which has enhanced the expansion of the business and improved the services provided for residents of Akwa Ibom State and its environs.
The company is a company that government of Akwa Ibom State is aware of because of their contribution to unemployment. We have been able to employ unemployed youth to work in our factory. From that time till this time, that is to say, we have been able to assist state government and Nigeria to reduce unemployment. So, for now, the company is facing with challenges of the finance. That is, now that we used to buy the one bag of starch 6,000. Now it's 15,500. That is the challenges companies facing, which we know our sponsor will address it. I'm talking about Bank of Industry. We need more financial aid to be able to remain in this business because of the price of a unit pack of the materials. For that reason, I'm appealing to Bank of Industry once more to come to our financial aid to help us to remain in this business. Okay, I started with, call it 7, but now we are up to 15. We are up to 15. We are up to 15. In fact,
what is the impact of BOI on your business?
Just like I told you, the intervention of BOI to my business has created a very reasonable impact in terms of changing our level. BOI changing our level because this intervention has brought about the increase in production, which brought about giving us something to move on. I know Bank of Industry, BOI is a very transparent bank. They don't look at, and that is why they operate, they don't look back. They don't want somebody to come and tell you this. They work on their own. I did not even know anybody before I accessed that loan. Just on their own. They assess us, assess our ability, search everything, then they grant us that facility. It's not somebody, I didn't know anybody. Nobody said, but they work it rightly. Unlike other organizations, before you get this, you have somebody. So Bank of Industry is very, very transparent in whatever thing they are doing, even in dream. I have Bank of Industry cannot be compared to any bank in this country. Bank of Industry has worked and outstandingly, showing people example. If their officer mess up now, they discipline. If their officer mess up now, they discipline. They try as much as they can to make sure their customer feel at home.
And this is where we draw the curtain on the show this week. Thank you for staying with us. Don't forget, the Bank of Industry continues to provide interventions for various industries to thrive, and there is absolutely more where that is coming from. So if you're an entrepreneur in need of support to grow your business, you can reach out to any of the branches of the bank closest to you, or you can log on to their website at boi.ng. You can also follow the bank on all social media platforms as displayed on your screen. Until next time, I'm Olayemi Odunuga. Thanks for watching.